Hi there, my name is Michelle Fretz, and I'm the Executive Director of Vine Maple Place. I'm honored to be speaking to you today and that you've taken a few minutes to learn more about ending homelessness and how you can help. At Vine Maple Place, the donors who support the organization serve families who are experiencing homelessness. These families are living in shelters, cars, running from domestic violence, or right on the edge and days away from becoming homeless. The families we serve come from the communities of South King County, Maple Valley, Covington, Kent, Auburn, and Renton. Our mission every day is to work with single-parent families to break the generational cycle of homelessness. That word generational is important. Most people don't know this, but if a child experiences homelessness, 8 out of 10 times they will experience homelessness as an adult. It's a vicious, repetitive pattern and cycle. These children don't have anywhere else to go. They can't walk away. Each one of them is stuck unless someone reaches out to help rescue them. The first step to helping a family is providing physical and emotional safety, and that starts with safe housing. That means a home with running water, a bathroom, warm beds to sleep in every night, and a front door that locks. In other words, it's not a car, it's not a couch, and it's not a friend's uninsulated garage. Once safe, a mom or dad can begin to focus on getting stable and self-sufficient. Now I have 2 short stories to share with you, and I want you to know that I hope these stories will move your heart with what's possible for parents and children who are in the deep darkness of homelessness.
Even when we went to the least expensive motel, it was $2,000 a month. In my head, there was no way I was going to have my kids be in a car. My daughter at that time was 4.5. She stopped talking for a while. She would communicate by hitting and screaming. And my son was 16. And my son was an honors student. And then once this happened, he just stopped with school. Then I was having to deal with unemployment. Then I didn't have a job. And I'd go by people on the street, people that were begging, make eye contact with this person. I'd think, not only do I not have money for you, I might be you very soon. I felt unsafe both physically and emotionally. But when I finally found Vine Maple Place, it was different. You had stories of people who had gone through it. So I filled out the online form and I got a call like 20 minutes later. And it was somebody that was telling me how they could help keep me from being homeless. I remember my daughter, she like lit up, and just to see her smile and to just see her play, it was the first time I got to feel what life was like without that burden for a while, you know? It's like, oh, this is what it feels like to want to live. I wasn't helped just in one area. They helped me like with budgeting. I was able to go to a budgeting class. Then there was the housing. My daughter was able to go and play in the kids area, and also there was a parenting class. It was so useful. My son just graduated and he went back to his advanced placement classes. As far as donors or anybody who's helped Vine Maple Place be where I would be right now if I didn't have Vine Maple Place, it would be a dark, dark place. And my children would be in a dark, dark place. You saved my life. You saved my life.
I was living in an abusive relationship. I was pregnant, 3 little children. My husband was not just physical abusive, but verbally, financially, and emotionally. And as a mother, I think that was my biggest fear, to take my children away from me. That's not safety. Because a point in time came I almost gave up. When he choked me and did the unspeakable, and I ended up in the hospital. I had nothing. He controlled everything. And that was when the social workers and the police told me about Vine Maple Place. I went online, I started looking into it, and I told them that at this point my kids and I are homeless, but we have not eaten for 2 days. And I remember they brought us food. The housing specialist at Vine Maple Place, she came back and she said, "Do you want to move in tonight?" I said, "Really?" And she said, "Yes." I couldn't believe this was real. We went to our apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, kitchen. The beds were made. I couldn't believe this was real. They have all sorts of programs that I personally participated in. They have the counseling, which I needed. They have their educational area, and I got the opportunity to learn the basics of using a computer. Vine Maple Place also provided parenting classes. So I wanted to learn how to be a great parent, not a good parent, a great parent, so I can teach my kids. And that's how they want to see you. And I know that no man would ever lay their hands on me and my children ever again, because they know that I am not alone anymore. Vine Maple Place helped me. They saved my life.
Aren't their stories incredible? From the darkest depths to safety and then stability. And we should be thankful that San Lee and Nahid were courageous enough and open enough to share their stories with us. Now, what you might not know is that you just saw 2 generations of a family change. Now that they've received help from Vine Maple Place, chances are neither the parents nor the children will ever be homeless again. Today, every single month, 100 new families, which means about 210 kids, enter our program. Even more importantly, I'm thrilled to share how effective these programs are. More than 9 out of 10 families who leave our program are still housed 1 year later. What this tells me is that our programs are working. They provide a safe, stable living environment, plus counseling for parents and kids, job skills that help moms and dads get new jobs, and financial literacy. These programs are helping families build new skills, heal, and leave homelessness forever. What all that should tell you is that your gift to Vine Maple Place makes a miraculous difference in the life of a homeless family. Even though we're so blessed to have made all that progress, and we celebrate it, we're still very clear-eyed about what's happening today all around us and in our neighborhoods where we live. Families need help, and the lingering effects of the pandemic have all made more people homeless, and it is a brutal time to be homeless. Today it's food scarcity and mental and emotional health issues, and all of this is compounded by the skyrocketing cost of rent and food and gas at the pump. Right now, as you're listening to this, Vine Maple Place is receiving phone calls, and we're having to say, "I'm sorry, we're full. I can give you a list of other organizations." Isn't that heartbreaking? It's not okay that there's a child sleeping in a car with their family somewhere dangerous tonight, and we believe that every family calling for help deserves to receive the services to work hard and leave homelessness. And that's just because of funding. We have the programs, we have the staff, and the space. We just don't have the funding needed to avoid a financial shortfall and help every family that needs it. But you can provide a night of safety and care for just $33. That's all it costs. And here's how I want you to think about it. Think of it as their first night off the street, or off a stranger's couch, or out of their car. When the mom is overwhelmed and exhausted and panicked, trying to keep it together for the sake of her kids, you can say to her, "I've got this for you." You can provide a safe place for them to sleep like they haven't slept in months. You can get them off the streets or make sure they're able to keep their housing so they can wake up without having to wonder, where are we going to sleep tonight? So they can start a transformation to a whole new life and on the path out of homelessness. You can do that for just $33. So how many nights can you provide for a family? $99 provides 3 life-changing nights. $330 provides the first week and a half of their new life, that's 10 days. $1,000 provides 30 nights of safety, which is 4 weeks of safe shelter, so family can begin to breathe and work toward taking steps to recovery. You can also choose to give monthly and help a family every single month. I'm honored to be able to share this with you, and my goal is to raise enough money to cover 18,181 nights of safety for families, because that's how much is needed. And if you can help us reach this goal, you'll also help Vine Maple Place avoid a financial shortfall that could impact the families we serve. Now I have something really exciting to announce. A number of generous people in the community are providing a matching grant that will double your gift today up to $150,000. Again, all gifts received today will be doubled up to this matching grant of $150,000. Every dollar you give goes to stop homelessness and provide nights of safety and care for families calling today in desperate situations. That's a large goal, but with you right now and other generous groups of donors all joining in, I know we can do it. I'm honored you're here. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and please choose to help a family as much as you can. Thank you.